Hey, thanks for calling the Beards and Sundries Market. You've reached Jay. Leave a message after the tone.
Hello, boys. It's I, Michael from Dorset in England. And thought I'd send you a voice note because you've been bitching that you haven't been getting any, and also I think mine was the last one you played, so hopefully I can undo the jinx. So yes, that's all my fault. And yeah, been feeling a bit more iffy lately because the dating apps have been a pain in the ass. And so I was wondering, what apps have you found to be useful, not useful, or just a pain in the ass, but not in the good way? Because where I live, I know I'm not the only gay in the village, but I'm definitely the only bear in the woods. And I've tried a few of the apps for the usual reasons, but yeah, anything you can suggest? Hope you're well.
You'll be sorry, you fools! You idiots!
Ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
I don't know about you, Miss Kitty, but I feel so much yummier.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
And welcome back, Beardos.
Hi.
Oi!
Oi, bruv!
Don't be racist.
That's not racist.
I know.
But it is time for another lunch break here at Beards and Sundries, the shop where three gay men with beards do inventory on a new sundry item in each episode.
My name is Jay, and I can't leave this podcast because of the unlimited wine I drink in aisle 4.
It's limited, you just don't think there's a limit.
We have to keep buying it. I'm Anthony, and people don't quit jobs. They quit managers. And jobs.
Ooh.
They quit both. That's what
Yeah.
quitting means.
And I'm Joe, and this country needs a minimum wage that is also a livable wage.
Oh, God.
And
yeah.
that means that
Got
today's
serious.
sundry item is job and career changes. Beardos, the three of us have all had multiple jobs over the years, but a recent shakeup has the market abuzz. Some good news from the wine section in aisle 4, perhaps? After the break, we are going to draft up our own resignation letters to have on hand just in case, and then a topical villain of the week for us all. Another game is fresh and hot off the printer, along with a stack of everyone else's resumes and references, but we hope it will really stand out from the pack and be the right pick for you. But, before we pee in a cup and then go in to submit a urine test, how about this week's voicemail?
I think I just want Michael to be the only person to leave voicemails from now on because
No, don't say that. Oh my God, please.
No, I just love the sounds of the farm in the background. It's really just, it warms my heart. It brings me right back home, Michael. I want you to know, growing up in farm country.
I think that we should make all of the other people that call in just have something interesting going on in the background.
Hey, yeah. Why don't any of you have anything interesting going on in the background?
I was going to say, as someone who grew up playing Farmville, that also brought me back.
Shut up.
Michael, do you send invites to your neighbors to sell and buy some of your products?
You heard him, Jay. He's on the apps. I guess he's not sending the
That's
right
true.
messages.
Oh, speaking of, I, being back in the dating world, I just don't really use them. I do have a Bumble. I also don't like it. So I'm kind of just thriving in the real world, which is the weirdest experience.
He also has the McDonald's app, but he hasn't found any matches yet.
There's also Carl's Jr. app, and I haven't matched on that.
Let me tell you,
Besides
I
with the
find
Carl
a
burger.
match every time on the McDonald's app because it is either McNuggets or it is double cheeseburgers with extra pickles, bitch.
That is a hot match.
Do you think that Jody met Preston on Carl Sr.?
That's a joke Jody would have made.
I know. I mean, can we suggest farmers only, or do they have that over there, Michael?
I wouldn't. I just wouldn't, probably.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the right option.
Seems American and very straight. And
that's
it's,
true.
I bet it's riddled with people who say they're farmers but aren't actually farmers.
Oh.
Because they think
They live
in
on
the
half an
country.
acre.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they're like,
I'm
I've
a
got
farmer.
chickens.
I was gonna say, Jay, they're probably saying they're farmers because they're milking. And
White trash.
I think you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I haven't been on the apps in a long time because I while Joe and I are open, I just don't really go searching for much.
Nah, no, not
lately.
really.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
I don't know. I have things
And-
going on, y'all.
Well, that's it. I just over time doing like therapy and mental health stuff, I've realized that like the hookup culture just isn't me. I don't enjoy spending sexual time with people that I'm not close to or comfortable with, and so I've just like strayed away from the apps for that. Now, I will tell you there is their downsides where you sit here and go, "Wow, when was the last time I did that again?" But the upside is I don't need any meds right now. So I mean, those meds. I mean, I have plenty of other meds for being, broken, but
You're not broken. You're just fine the way you are, except that you only have one testicle.
thank you.
He's different.
didn't hear the
He's not like
accept
other
that.
guys.
He's special.
I don't know. You know what though? If you're in Dorset, I don't really know geographically where that's at, but I do know. I know that I've heard of Dorset multiple times, so I don't know what size the village is though. I would assume if you're calling it a village, it's probably not that big.
I would like to raise a question to Michael then, because as the three of us living in a larger country where there's like larger distances between places, I wonder like what's the farthest any of you have ever traveled for a hookup like that?
Oh my God.
What's the answer to that? For us?
You know what's so funny is like growing up, that's it. Like you would travel a couple hours and you're still in the same state.
Yeah.
When over there, like you're doing a couple hours and you're 3 countries over.
You could
Exactly.
literally in Oklahoma, if you entered at Miami and then you exit at Black Mesa, it's like 8.5, 9 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I
I
have
could
to
travel
wonder.
to Houston in 6.5 for a hookup if I want.
Oh, sorry, I called it Miami. Let me get Oklahoman with it. Miami.
Even though it's spelled exactly like Miami.
Yeah, I know. Jesus.
Well,
But yeah, anyway.
Boy
Yeah, I
City.
think my farthest was Topeka, Kansas for a hookup.
Really?
From Stillwater.
From where? Oh,
Wow.
from Stillwater?
Yeah.
Man, that's quite the
Wow,
distance for a
Joe.
hookup.
That is dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I traveled all the way to marriage.
Crazy ride!
I feel like I'd have to say a couple hours is my max that I've gone, but
I think-
that's all I can remember.
I'm trying to think of the furthest I've gone, and the furthest I can think of is like an hour?
It's like I think it was Bartlesville from Kansas one time.
Bartlesville.
Bartlesville, huh?
Yeah.
No. I know we have listeners in Bartlesville, but Bartlesville still.
I do want to go see the Frank Lloyd Wright Tower there, though.
You
Have you
better. I
not?
think they shut
I
the
think that
hotel
would
down.
be kind of interesting. They
I
did.
mean, have you never? I mean, you've obviously been to Bartlesville for a different tower. You didn't just take the time.
Interesting thing is that was a really boring tower too.
Oh, isn't that awful?
I drove
Oh,
2
see,
hours to be bored and kind of
The
annoyed.
one that I drove an hour, I guess 2 hours total, an hour there and an hour back. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, mine
Mine was
too.
one
It
of those
was-
situations
it
where
was
like I was
spicy.
like, all right, I'm going to sleep, and I was like, oh, I'm not a cuddler. When really I was like, fucking, I don't like you. I just want to go to bed.
Oh, no. I drove an hour there. We did it. And then I said, this was a lot of fun. We should do this again sometime.
Oh,
and I drove an
I
hour
wasn't
back.
going
We
back.
never did it again sometime.
I wasn't driving back because we talked about snuggling all night. And I was like, that sounds great. And then we get there and I was like, oh, I'm not a snuggler.
God. It's funny because we would like
God, Jay.
we would like message back and forth afterwards, and I'd be like, and we'd be like, oh yeah, we should do it again. We should do it again. And I'd just be like, oh, but I'm busy this day. Well, I'm busy this day, and I'm like, oh, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah. I'll remember you for maybe another month or so. Bye.
No, I still remember him. I don't ever see him.
Not a stickler for a
obviously.
tickler.
Not a stickler for a tickler. Well, no, you're right. Anyways, Michael, I don't know the answer to your posed question. Apps, we are not on them for the most part. I check Sniffies, but it's only to see penises in my area. I don't actually use it to hook up. It's just fun to look and see like where the penises are.
I do sometimes open Sniffies to see if there's anything like exciting going around me because I'm like, wait, what's going on?
And it might be a little weird, but it's like I also want to see if I find any of our friends on there, just like to know what they're doing. I'm like, you little slut.
I know.
Not to like ever. I would never like
judge.
It would depend on who it was, whether or not I'd message them about it. I'd just be like, I see you on Sniffies, you little whore.
How's that orgy?
But I would never be like a, guess who's on Sniffies type moment. It's just really for my own knowledge. And if I find, someone that I know, like one time I saw a penis that I knew and I was like,
You guys are so much better than me. I would never see a penis and go, I recognize that. Unless I have the exact same picture and I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a second.
No,
This picture was doctored.
It was just like, I saw the penis and I was like, I know who that is.
And you come across one and it's someone taking a selfie with their penis. And you're like, oh, Jay's on here.
The joke was that it was so big.
Oh.
I hate explaining my jokes, but the joke was that the penis was big.
Oh. Well, if we can provide you any more bad advice, Michael, you let us know. But thank you for calling.
I'm glad we gave you every app we don't use and gave you no recommendations. So
I recommend looking at penises in your area on Sniffies for fun.
I will say, though, before we move on, that voicemail, we got 3 voicemails in the exact same day within minutes of each other.
Damn.
And his was just the first one. So,
well, Michael, you did break the curse.
You broke the curse, and it, broke real fast. Also, don't forget, even though we have 2 more in the line, you can still send voicemails at 405-999-2242, where you can leave a voicemail, text a voice memo, or you can even email a voice memo at beardsandsundries@gmail.com, like Michael did.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 14 more episodes this season, and we only have 2 voicemails, so 12 of you could call and leave a message.
We also have unlimited seasons ahead because we're just so amazing. We'll never end.
Well, if I get rich.
Solid.
No, if I got rich, I'd probably do this more often. I'd do I'd try to let everything else take a kind of a back seat. Unless what was making me rich takes up all my time, in which case.
Speaking of doing this more, did you see that someone they were they sent some tweet and it was like, imagine it's a podcast, but it's just you and your bros sitting around, no microphones, no recording equipment, and you're just talking. It's like a podcast out loud. And someone said, "Do you just mean hanging out?"
So that's kind of what our show is.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, thank you again, Michael. But Joe, do you think I can find sundry reasons to quit this fucking job in the sundry aisle?
Sundry reasons?
Yeah, look up the definition.
I love that. Assorted reasons that don't have a group of their own. But if you guys are new to the show and you're wondering just what the hell a sundry is, the term comes from an English word meaning odds and ends. Now today it's used mainly in retail as a way to group together items that don't typically have a group of their own. So, as 3 of the widest diversity hires you could ever ask for with beards, we are using the term to group together the wide range of topics that we cover.
Wow. That
was
so good.
Yeah, I know.
When you grabbed that gavel, I was like, wait, I have my gavel too.
That is so gay.
From when I was the student council president.
And mine was just an Amazon purchase where I misunderstood the measurement, so it's a little small.
And mine's just my big honking dick. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's everywhere.
As
Oh,
Kenny
no.
and Ryan say, my PhD, my pretty huge dick.
He's posing with it on screen, Beardos. Get over
taking a
to our
selfie with
YouTube
it.
now.
You have to
Whoa.
check it.
Another
And you have to watch
voicemail?
the film all the way through before you see it.
And it comes up and it's like, call this number to unblock the screen. 405-999-2242 and leave a voicemail.
And then we'll send a picture.
So we decided to choose the topic of changing employers / changing careers because somebody in this office has taken on a new position somewhere, and it's called being Bruce, and that's Jay.
Yeah, he's a bottom now.
I switched everything, and I'm like, I love the. No, sorry, can't say it. I did. I am officially, as of the date this episode releases, I am no longer employed with the company I've been with for almost 14 years.
Wow. End of an
He
era.
still struggles saying the name.
Let me preface this before we go down any like corporate rabbit hole where we love to bitch about them because God, they can be a lot. I will say I've worked with a lot of great people over 14 years. A lot of very good people, and I have to acknowledge that over my time at this job, I have grown a lot as a person, and I wouldn't be where I'm at now without that career. But after 14 years, I am very tired of the big corporate life. It wore me out, and I think that happened because of my development as a person within the last 5 years. And I think it just really altered my perception of how I work in a corporate world and their expectations versus my need for autonomy in life.
So when I say that shitting on them, I don't really mean like the people. The people, every job I've ever had that I've hated, I've loved people in it. And
Every
there are
time.
so many people that I've always appreciated, and it was always sucky to leave the people that I liked. Because
yeah.
Yep.
it's always like that. Like, I'm always going to find people that I enjoy. It's the micromanagement people. It's just like, it's the horrible, like, overbearing environments that people can create. It's just,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
and my last team was in IT, and I can't tell you how, like, every single person I worked with was so smart, and it was just so nice to be around like-minded people that communicated the same way you did, and I don't know, it's just, you could have realistic conversations about problems with them and actually come to conclusions. The only problem is with IT, they're a department that really constantly has to justify themselves and their expenses, and so everything's highly, highly micromanaged. And I am a person that, when it's being micromanaged, I rebel in a sense because I thrive off autonomy and freedom. And whenever I feel micromanaged, and that I feel like it's bottlenecking so much when I constantly have to document everything to be micromanaged, and it wears me out. It's not who I am, and it's unfair to me and the company to just endure that when I don't want to follow their rules and they are expecting it of me, and I'm like, I need to do something different.
Yep.
I get it because the current job I have, my boss gives me a lot of autonomy. As long as my work is getting done and I do the things that I say I'm going to do, nobody really asks any questions. And I know I've told you guys about it recently in this little, like, paperwork snafu that's been brought up. That's not like it sounds so stupid and so, like, petty, I guess, in a way. But I realized today that hey, listen, just call me Petty Mayonnaise, the 10-time winner of the Golden Grudge.
Petty one.
But I just realized today that it was because I have so much autonomy in my job, and this other person outside of my line of like work, like outside of my direct chain of reports, basically it's me, my boss, his boss, and then the COO, and then the CEO, and that's like our line, our chain of command. And this outside person is trying to implement implement changes to paperwork that I do every day that they don't really touch. And I realized today, I was like, no, you will not change this without, even though you've consulted me, you've ignored every bit of input I've given you. This will not change. And guess what, you guys? It's not changing. I know. I was like, I told my coworker, I was like, look, I know it sounds super petty, super shitty.
What?
But I've got more time than this person, more free time. I will set up meetings. I will set up roundtables. We will workshop this. We will be putting pins in things. We will be circling back around things. We will be developing KPIs to track our progress on how effective this new paperwork implementation is going. We will do one every week at least. And then we will set up a committee out of the people who are working with this paperwork to give us feedback. And we will have to process that feedback into data and analyze that data and give it back to them. Oh, it's going to be so much fun, you guys.
I'm going to synergize
we could just keep it what it is.
out of this.
I know. I was like, or we just keep it what it is.
So I keep landing on this part where I've got like a foot in both courts for it, I guess, where I'm just like, it all just sounds so stupid and extra and unneeded, and that sounds wild, but also like we need jobs, so like we need people to do that kind of stuff, I guess, unless we can make something else more appealing.
Well, so here's the thing, is that like all it is it's a piece, it's paperwork that the line operators fill out during their shifts to track their production and track like scrap and downtime, right?
Yes. What? I was laughing at Blanche. She's chewing on his hand.
Oh yeah, Blanche always chews on my finger. It's her love bites.
I'm laughing at a cataster.
Let's just move on.
I will say that probably one of the main reasons is my freedom has become a little bit more important to me, and having flexibility. Over the years, I've always worked in a corporation where it's butts and seats, and remote work is very limited and like all that jazz. And I've realized that you can go days of not working, but having your butt in your seat, and that's all that matters. And I'm just like, okay, this is redundant to me. I could be anywhere, working, getting stuff done, getting this exact same work done, without having to have people see that I'm existing.
But that's
so
what they
that
want.
freedom allows me to do other things that are also productive to me, which, again, one of my recent goals is to expand my business and marketing consulting side gig. And so I was like, if I make a shift, I can do all the things I want now. And that has been the biggest shift of my life lately. And I did finally hear earlier this week that I'm going through a midlife crisis. And to that person, I would love to tell you, this is a really nice midlife crisis. I feel very comfortable and happy with it. And my therapist, even, I asked her before he even made this comment, and she said, if you are having a midlife crisis, it is the most responsible, organized, and healthy midlife crisis I've seen, so I support it.
Well, hey, that's a win.
Because I'm able to like justify all my decisions and why they feel healthy for me.
Right. Finally.
About time.
Right? Well, good for you. I'm very glad that you're getting out of there, because the amount of times you have been like, I fucking hate this day because of corporate nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's just like the silliest things.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's always the little things. And I was talking to a coworker about it today. I was like, it's the minutia that is really troublesome, because it's the people getting caught up in the minutia or not being able to do the minutia correctly, so it develops into larger problems. And just, I don't know. It's the little things at work that really just wear you down over time.
Mm-hmm.
It is making me feel good, because talking to my old department, that I represent now in IT, a lot of them are like, we're really going to miss out on what you protected us from. And I was like, well, I'm very honored. Thank you so much. And I was like, it's not that I'm against any of you. It's just I need a different bit of freedom in my life, and I have to take those steps. And they're like, I totally understand, though.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just I've done 14 years. It's not like I'm wishy-washy around all this stuff. Like, I've given this company a lot of my life so far, and I'm ready for change.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, it's totally respectful and respectable of you, the way you went about it. You were totally, like, cool with them. You laid everything out on the line, and, you know, they're keeping you for a week, so you're some kind of valuable at least.
Yeah, I kind of
After
was
14
wondering if they were
years.
going to kick me out. But
Yeah,
I gave
I
them a
was
week's
too.
notice because, and I justified it, I was like, the way we manage this work to where every week I'm having meetings discussing what I'm doing, you're up to date on my projects.
Yep.
To be here 2 weeks would waste my time, would waste your time, because we know that I'm just going to be a sitting duck for a week. So I give you a week, and I'm still already, like, done passing off my stuff.
I was gonna say, like, what are you doing this week?
I, like, passed out my notes, and for the most part, I'm, like, kind of informing people, oh, hey, by the way, I'm not going to be here anymore.
Huh.
You know, if you have anything, here's who to contact. So basically, I'm just, like, updating the connections to people.
Nice.
Hey, that's really nice of you, actually.
Yeah,
to do that.
I'm not trying to leave with this exploding thing, although I will say that I have been news through. I just realized how much news I've been in this company.
Oh,
Like,
and you're like,
people are just
oh
like,
no, what?
People are just so baffled that I'm leaving. I think a lot of people were thinking I'd be a lifer.
For a while, I thought maybe you might be too, because it's just this company's all I've ever known you to work for.
Well,
And
when
the
I
time
was
that
younger,
I've known
I would
you,
have
at least.
absolutely been a lifer. I was very dedicated to it. I mean, I drank the corporate Kool-Aid where I just ate up everything we said, and then I will tell you, they encourage you to go to school, and I went to school and learned a lot of business stuff, and I went, wait a minute.
Oh.
A lot of this is kind of in a sense, a corporate brainwashing. Like, not everything, but
enough.
There's enough that it really started making me pay attention to more, and then I really started I can't believe they've kept me, because I definitely am not your corporate employee that just, like, goes through and praises everything.
Yeah. That's just the way this company. That's just the way this country treats people like us. You know,
like
the workers who are doing all the important stuff.
Yeah, and I turned into that guy that, like, when I go through a drive-through, and they're like, "Do you want to donate to this?" I'm like, "No," because what I know they're doing is getting all the grants and money back for the money I'm giving.
Yep.
That a fraction of it probably is going to this cause that they're donating for, and I was like, No. I know what this is about.
Yeah.
So, if I want to donate, I'll do it in my own time.
Yeah, I'll donate my own money to the corporation directly.
Yeah.
Not to the corporation.
Yeah, the foundation.
Yeah.
I was like,
the nonprofit.
The charity. The nonprofit. The
And
person who needs the money.
Then what's weird is you have to kind of break that barrier of comfort where you know people are going to be like, do you want to donate to the sick children that have no limbs? And I'm like, no, thank you.
I'll tell you, working in a retail setting for long enough, I have stopped caring about all of that because I know the inner workings now. So I'm just like, I usually make up a fake excuse like, I usually just say, no thank you, or, oh, is it right here on the screen? And then I can just hit no myself because I just know that it's not going to the right place.
Well, and volunteering your time, if it's during company hours, I'm supporting it because that's the company giving up its specific hours that they're paying you to participate in volunteering to help the community. But the moment they move volunteering to outside of work hours, I don't do it anymore.
It's no longer volunteering.
Because
you can volunteer on your own time, and the company doesn't get any sort of kickback for that.
Yeah, like, they're getting kickback for it. And I'm like, no. And I'm going to do this on my own time. That's fine.
Yeah.
The only one that I did that to was the Oklahoma City Marathon. That you couldn't do it during work hours, and I really appreciated the opportunity to do it.
Yeah,
Plus, it was once a year.
Yeah, they started this corporate fun committee at work, and I was like, okay, that's kind of dumb. But I get it in a way. They're supposed to design like fun things to add to like the workplace, whatever. I understand it, but then they send an email out. They'll be like, the corporate fun committee will be meeting on their lunch hour every day on this day. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me reread that. On the lunch hour every day? Or every time? Like, oh, fuck off. No, you can go fuck yourself with that. You can come up with corporate fun on your own time.
Yeah.
That is one thing that my company that I work for is really, really good about is not doing anything on an employee's personal time. Like, even if you're on break or lunch in the break room and a manager comes in and they have to ask you something, they will ask you, like, how much longer you have until you're back. Because, like, even technically under our rules and handbook, if they speak to you about anything work-related while you're on your break or your lunch, you restart your lunch and break.
Which
So
really, they shouldn't be asking you how much
Right.
longer you have, because that's asking you about work.
True.
No,
But
it is.
But they're really, really good about just, not having any meetings like that, not any training while you're off the clock, no safety meetings, no talking about any kind of stuff like that. So that is one thing I appreciate.
I had one of our, not counterparts, but somebody else that I work with, who I work with pretty frequently. I was walking like through the building the other day, and it was early, and she starts asking me a work question. She goes, "Wait, are you like on the clock right now?" And I said, "If I am in this building, I am getting paid. If I am not getting paid, I will not be in this building."
I will say that my last team, though, they did a lot more effort of team bonding and even just like doing lunch situations where they'd bring in lunch for us and all to show their appreciation. And that meant a lot.
On Friday of last week, my workplace had an employee appreciation day in which they brought pizza for the main office and the plant employees. Well, my office is in the plant, and none of the plant employees bothered to tell any of the office employees that the pizza was there. When we went to check at 12:15, when the pizza was supposed to be there at 12, it wasn't there yet. When we went back at 1 something to check and see if it had arrived because nobody had called us, it was all gone. And they were like, oops.
Oh my God, that reminds me, years and years and years ago, this VP's no longer here and all that stuff. It was a snow day. And, of course, my company, we never closed, blah, blah, blah. Well, me, at the time, that was back in an era when I had to show my dedication and commitment. And so I took my Honda Accord, drove through 13 inches of snow, and made it into work on time. Keep in mind, 5 minutes before 8, which is when we started, we got an email saying that they were going to open at 10 instead. So I was there early. Anyways, hardly anyone showed up, and so my VP at the time ordered pizza for us to show his appreciation that we showed up, and he ordered like 4 boxes. So we were all limited. Then he comes in, grabs a plate, puts like 6 slices on it, and he's like, thanks guys, and then leaves, and I'm like, that leaves me like 1 slice a person.
God damn.
And I just like it's those moments that I'm just like, look around you, bud.
Oh, yeah,
You're talking to way lower in salaries when you make millions.
They're just so tone deaf. It's the classic joke. Pizza party. Like it's so well known in pop culture and work culture that I'm so surprised that like the companies are so uninspired that they still just do it. It's so boring at this point.
I definitely have a lot of frustrations, but now that I've put in my notice and I'm shifting somewhere else, I feel like they're all going away because I'm just like, I feel a relief from having to continue a corporate life.
Yeah.
This next place, I'm going to get to bring Reggie to work sometimes, and that makes me happy because, weirdly enough, I feel strange saying this. I want more time with my dogs. Like, I enjoy
It
the
shouldn't
freedom
be weird to
have
say
more
that.
time with Reggie.
That's
not
the
weird.
problem with the work culture in this world, is that it's work, work, work all the time, and it just, the human condition is not built for that. So that's why everyone gets so bogged down and depressed all the time.
My mental capacity is not capable of doing 9 straight hours of the same job. I like the creativity in me has to work its way out. It's just it eats away at me, and so the mundane tasks where I don't feel in control of them, I'm kind of being told how to do them. It makes it even worse for me.
So are you telling me that we're going to get some more poopy moments style commercials since you're so
Man.
creative now?
I think I hope that I'm able to like really knock this podcast out of the park a little more, because my mind's going to be able to do more.
You'll be managing projects.
I hope our socials get better. I hope like the stuff I can do gets better. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm excited for you.
Yes, Jay, I think Anthony and I can both say, and I think our Beardos could probably say also, that we're all very happy for you.
And I know my bosses joked about saying that they may listen to the podcast now because it won't feel awkward. If they do listen, I need you to know you're highly appreciated. My most recent ones, for sure. They were my age people, and they understood whatever pressures they were under. They still were really good to work with. So compliments to them, for sure.
Well, good.
You suck! No, I'm kidding.
Nice.
I'll find some Oscar wrap it up music to put right here.
Oh. Turn off the music. I know what I'm doing.
But do you guys think it's time for a break?
I think so.
Yes.
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to quit this fucking job.
If you want some fun new clothing and want to support a small business, check out hunkytops.com, the queer, Latino-owned clothing site. Beards and Sundries will get you 10% off your first order with the code SUNDRIES at checkout. You can order above 3XL, you just need to hit the contact button and they'll work with you. Again, check out hunkytops.com. Explore their styles and wear your pride. Use Sundries at checkout for 10% off your first order.
You're listening to the Beards and Sundries podcast. The podcast rated 5 out of 6 balls.
I'm done. I need you to know I'm fucking quitting, and I'm going to put my resignation in for this Beards and Sundries market.
Yeah, me too.
Me first, though.
Oh, okay, bitch.
I'm going to read you my letter.
Me first.
Dear esteemed management, fellow respected employees, and Anthony. It is with heavy heart and an even heavier desire to tell you all that you're dirty bitches that I tender my resignation from the Beards and Sundries market, effective immediately, or whenever I wake up from my boxed wine slumber in aisle 4. After deep reflection... Spit it back out into the box. After deep reflection and 4 bottles of below $10 champagne, I have come to the conclusion that my time in this artisanal market has reached its trashy end.
Artisanal.
Despite my dedication to the company mission of tits up, bitch, I can no longer ignore the following professional grievances. 1. The ridicule. I can't read. Blame my mom.
You're
2.
reading right now.
Shut up.
Bad, but
The testicle jokes. I'm still a man. My mom said so. 3.
that's true.
That's true. That's very true. Somebody said I'm a man. Number 3, the customer base. The plethora of dick pics our socials see. I feel like I'm in a brothel. But that's not actually a complaint. Number 4. 4. The uniform policy. This name tag is hard to remember. How am I supposed to remember the only thing that I'm required to wear on this job? Ugh. As I transition out of my role, I'd like to formally request that John to continue making stuff for us without us doing anything with it. Because, for some reason, we just like to watch him suffer.
It's content creation, but for 3 people. Well,
Please
4 if you
forward.
count yourself, John.
Thanks, John. Please forward my final paycheck in the form of pallets of wine to the address enclosed. Warmest regards, and the leftover belch from last week's Sprite Challenge. Former bearded wine aficionado, Jay.
It's going to be a picture of boxes of wine on top of a picture of a pallet.
Thanks, photo editor.
Very good, Jay.
Thank
No,
you.
just 2 sheets of printer paper. I'm talking low quality.
Oh,
we went to the
not even effort.
library and printed this out.
Joe, that was all me and not even ChatGPT.
Really? Oh.
I don't want to brag.
You're getting you're getting almost as good as ChatGPT, Jay.
I used my exact same resignation letter that I used for my real job. I just changed like 2 or 3 words.
Which
Yeah,
words?
he left the
I'm
part
just
of the
kidding.
line in there, yeah.
Well, very good, Jay. Anthony, what you got?
Anthony, are you quitting too?
I am. We're all quitting. It's a walkout. Dear Mr. Beards and Dr. Sundries, I, Anthony, have been your faithful stock boy for almost 3 years. I have stocked everything from cucumbers to eggplants to squash to bananas to carrots and even the occasional jackfruit, which I believe has caused me permanent damage. But insurance insists it was a pre-existing condition.
Which hole? Which hole did the jackfruit attack you in?
Don't worry about it.
I'm worried.
That's for me and legal counsel to know.
Get it cleared up before you resign, girl.
Through all these years, you have never paid me a single red cent, which was okay because I was told I would be paid in BS bucks that were good at any Beards and Sundries market.
Well,
however, I have recently discovered that the economy at large does not accept BS bucks for goods or services. I have also discovered that most all of the store displays and the employees in my location are actually cardboard standees. This realization happened while I was trying to steal what I thought was a can of something called Jay's All Olives Aspic in a can. I thought it was strange that an obviously canned item would have "in a can" in its name, and I wanted to know if there was another can in the can, like a Russian nesting doll of botulism. When I reached for the can, the entire shelf fell over onto the shelf behind it, and that one to the one behind it, and so on and so forth, in a domino cascade that Rube Goldberg would frankly have been disappointed in. All of these things I could tolerate and even love. What a quirky place to work. Alas, I regret to inform you of my resignation via this letter. You see, I could handle being paid in fake money, I could handle fake displays, and I could even handle the occasional jackfruit, if you know what I mean.
I don't know.
What I cannot handle, and the final straw on the camel's back, was that Jay was mean to me at brunch on Sunday. And for this reason, I must resign so I can return to my hovel and convalesce with my agonies for the next 20 years. Your brother in Christ, Stockboy Anthony.
Anthony, could you have just fucking taken a picture of that letter and sent it to us?
I sent it! Oh, this? Fuck you.
Oh my god. Just like a disinterested mother with an iPad child.
I love brunch.
No, it was awesome.
I love the picture.
Well, Joe, you quitting too?
I am, and I use Ms. ChatGPT for this one.
How many beers did you
Yeah, how many
destroy?
beers did that take?
So many. So my prompt was, I need an outrageous and vulgar resignation letter for a supermarket called Beards and Sundries. The market sells wine, is employed by gay men with beards, and has many endorsements from totally real companies like Fat Frank's. Please make it funny and include gay puns and jokes. Also include a plan for my future. Make it funny, yet royal. Okay, so here's what we've got. To the magnificent Beards and Sundries Market. It is with great grandeur, flair, and a dollop of drama that I write to formally resign from my position at the illustrious establishment that is Beards and Sundries. A place where fine wine flows freely, and beards are not only a lifestyle choice, but a deeply rooted tradition, one that I have been honored to participate in. Honored was in italics. After much deliberation, and a couple of too many bottles of Pinot Grigio, I have decided that my journey here has come to an end. I will no longer grace your shelves with my presence, nor shall I endure the humiliation of trying to explain to customers that Fat Frank's sauerkraut is indeed not a euphemism. In truth, this supermarket was my home, a home built on the foundation of gay pride, wine, and beard care. But, my dear Beards and Sundries Market, it is time for me to embark on a new adventure, a new life. And while I may no longer be plucking dusty cans of beans off your pristine shelves, my legacy here will forever be remembered in the delicate scent of lavender-scented beard oil, the clink of a wine bottle on a Friday night, and the whispered praises of, "That was such a cute shift you had, hun." Let's be real. The time has come for me to trade my apron for something far more regal. Regal was in italics. I shall embark on a future so fabulous, so glorious, glorious was in italics, that even the Queen would be envious. I'm not talking about opening a modest little shop of artisanal jams or fancy cheeses, though who can resist a good truffle brie, right? No, darling, I am destined to become the supreme ruler of gay nightlife. Supreme ruler of gay nightlife is in italics. Picture it. Neon lights, drag queens, fabulous cocktails, and a mandatory beard requirement. Everyone will bow down before me. Everyone will bow down before me is in italics. As I bid you adieu, know that I have deeply appreciated all of the opportunities to serve. No, not that kind of serve, you naughty-minded minxes. From being the first to recommend a crisp Sauvignon Blanc to customers, to ensuring no beard goes unruly. I wouldn't know about that. I've been the beardic is in italics, foundation of your operation. And for that, I must say, you are welcome. This is so cunty. Now, in closing, I shall let you know my official plan for the future. 1. Open the Royal Queer Emporium, an exclusive wine bar where beards and attitude are mandatory. Free wine with every full beard inspection. Number 2. Start an endorsement deal with Fat Frank's. Let's make that sauerkraut shine, darling. Shine is in italics. We're taking it global. Europe, Asia, the moon. We're going intergalactic, babe. Intergalactic is in italics. 3. Become a professional beard model. Clearly, I've got the look, the sass, and the polished aesthetic. Polished is in italics. It's time to make millions of dollars off this jawline and glorious chin hair.
Show me that jawline.
It's in there somewhere. Bob's Burgers is quaking. Okay. And finally, take long, luxurious naps in the sunshine, wearing only my beard crown. Beard crown is in italics. Thank you for the memories, the laughs, and the endless bottles of Merlot. May your shelves be stocked with only the finest wines, your beards remain luscious, and your customers never again mistake wholesome for sacred. Now, with the most dramatic flair and best wishes, Jo, the queen of all things fabulous, former Beards and Sundries Market legend.
Did the little spot that said "thanks for the memories" did it have any vowels in it?
I was waiting for that joke to come through.
Even though they weren't so bad,
They're playing that song the entire time in the background while I'm reading this.
And the volume goes down.
And a good song, a good soundtrack to a quitting scene in a film is worth it.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's true. Well,
The
Joe,
Fat Frank's
that was
theme song.
fantastic.
It's a perfect day.
I was thinking of that one too.
That was also the. I was lying on the grass of Sunday morning of last week.
If you feel my sunshine.
I will never forget the day that you said something in text and then sent "It's a perfect day," and I remember opening it and barely listening to it, closing the app, getting in my car, and then it just like started playing one morning when I was going to work, and I was like, "Huh, this is a pretty good song to start the day with." It in fact was not a perfect day.
Spoiler alert, Beardos.
It has been a red dawn.
Well, now that we all quit, do you guys think it's time for a commercial?
I think
Just
so.
2 minutes of dead air because we don't work here anymore.
Like ambient supermarket noises.
Oh, I wish we could do that to you.
With
but
Jay.
we won't.
Now paging customer Hugh G. Rection.
I was just about to make that joke.
It goes bing, boom, boom. Damn it.
Excuse me, we're looking for a Hugh G. Rection. Your wife is up front waiting for you. Hugh.
It's
I
like
was like,
background
what in the
noise.
Moe's Tavern joke is this?
And you hear just like a guy in the background like, hey, where the hell's the cucumber guy?
Honey, what's wrong? Oh, just this guy at the market.
Why are all the cucumbers gone?
They're not gone. They're just not visible.
No, I left with them.
All of them at once.
And a jackfruit to boot.
Jackfruit to boot.
But do you guys think it's time for a commercial?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And now, for a word from our sponsor, the Royal Queer Emporium.
I gotta tell you, I didn't read any of that before. That was all live. And seeing Fat Frank sauerkraut was like whiplash on a roller coaster.
Oh, I know. I know. When I heard it, I was like, oh, okay, so yeah.
Welcome to the Royal Queer Emporium, an exclusive wine bar where beards are mandatory. And after a mandatory beard inspection, you will be awarded an exclusive membership and a free glass of Boone's Farm wine. So do you feel that you have the attitude and the beard? Then come down to the Royal Queer Emporium. You'll be touched with luxury.
Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you get a notification every time we drop a new episode.
Wow. Well, whatever commercial that was that we just heard was a pretty good one.
I loved it, and I will definitely do whatever I need to do to support it.
That's a product and or location that I like.
Vamp, 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 vamp.
But moving right along, we can talk a little bit about this past weekend before we move on a little bit to sundries. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Actually, yes, because it'll be a good transition into my very first user content item to read.
Well, perfect. So this weekend, my birthday was actually on Sunday, March 9th. It's also the day that we had to spring the clocks forward, so that's always fun. Anyway,
Yucky.
we had a wonderful
Yucky.
time. We went down, and I finally got to see Jay's new apartment, and we got to hang out with Reggie and had fun. We got to go have a drink or two or three or four with a couple of Jay's friends that we hadn't met before, a couple of listeners. Hello, Jody. And we had a great time. We had a beautiful brunch the next day. It was delicious. We did a little bit of shopping, and then we met up with another friend who actually has the same birthday as me. He was in the city, too, with some friends, and we met up at an arcade at the mall and had some fun, and then came home and relaxed, and it was wonderful.
Wonderful. And it was lovely having you down, and you complimented my spare bed, which is what I needed.
It was a comfy bed.
Very.
And meeting Jody, he called out something I've never read on our show, except I never got it until he re-forwarded it again.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Shit. Oh yeah, I do, because we were leaving the bar. I say bar loosely. The club.
Was it former
Exclusive
bank, right?
sub basement location in which
The
I could
weirdest
get-
experience of my life.
which I could get a drink from the hottest woman I have ever seen.
I just was confused when we were walking in and they said we're at max capacity, so you five are the last for a bit, and it's standing room only probably. And then we walked in there and I was like,
there
I
were
was like,
empty benches
seats.
everywhere.
Is
I
your
can
max
stand at the bar and
capacity
order
4?
drinks. And it was a unique staff, but at least you got to see the very pretty place in downtown Oklahoma City that I do like.
I think they have a low max capacity to, I think it's a couple of things. I think it's to maintain the illusion of exclusivity to get into the bar or whatever.
We were
I
letting
think it
because we're
was
gays.
Yeah, sure.
They
I
did
think they're trying
Diversity
to like
hire.
they're trying to make the music sound trendier and more like, I don't know, enticing, so they make it so
They
you
were playing
can't all
All
in at
American
one point.
Rejects. Let's not
Yeah,
call that
I'll
trendy.
keep you my dirty little
Yeah.
secret, which used
I
to
think
be
they
a
were
ringtone
just-
on my phone.
I think, and maybe their capacity is low because that might have been the only exit because it's a former vault, right? Or is there a fire exit somewhere else? I'm sure there has to be.
There has to be legally. I just don't know
Yeah.
where.
No,
But
if
still,
there's
I
a
mean-
fire in there, they just close the door and they let you all burn.
You know what?
Okay,
Good for
it's
them.
not the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. We've come a little further since then, just a
I mean,
little.
either we'll all die or we'll run out of
Interesting story,
oxygen
too.
and the fire will go out. Problem solved.
Yeah, Centralia, Pennsylvania is doing great with that fire going out.
Yeah, but there's no coal down there. We don't have coal in Oklahoma. All we have is bullshit red clay.
Yeah, true.
That's the
But-
one with the underground coal that's burning and has been burning for decades, right?
Yeah.
And will probably burn for at least 200 more years.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, but it's an old 90s film, or early 90s film,
Silent
Nothing
Hill.
But Trouble. It's like Chevy Chase, Demi Moore, Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, all that stuff. It revolves around the idea of a coal mine fire that's just never gone out.
Yeah.
Oh,
So does Silent
well.
Hill.
It's a terrible comedy.
Oh, Silent Hill's also a terrible comedy.
Are you guys ready to hear what Jody said?
Yes. Do we have any Beardo submitted sundries this week?
Yes, we do, and I'll start with Jody.
Hi, Jody.
Hi, Jody.
He said, I asked ChatGPT to roast you all as you requested, and at the beginning of the season, enjoy, I think AI totally understands you all.
Oh, great.
Ha.
The host of Beards and Sundries podcast, the self-proclaimed mastermind of this audio catastrophe, whose voice is as smooth as sandpaper and whose insight is as sharp as a butter knife. A villain in every sense, draped in the illusion of wisdom like some kind of caffeinated guru. One might even say they've crafted an empire of nonsense, built on the shaky foundation of pretentious ramblings and beard oil commercials. I love how AI always mentions beard oil with us.
Buy beard oil. You need beard oil.
Are you smoking yet? No, I'm kidding.
Exactly.
Smoke.
Their only superpower? The uncanny ability to make even the most mundane subjects sound like a half-baked conspiracy theory. Truly, they are the dark sorcerer of self-deprecation, weaving their web of indecision, one poorly constructed metaphor at a time. If the world were to crumble tomorrow, they'd somehow manage to discuss the best way to groom a beard in the apocalypse, completely ignoring the fact that we're all probably dead in 24 hours. And yet, oh yet, they hold court in their kingdom of half-baked ideas, as if their every word were the spark of a revolution, when it's really just an attempt to sound clever while the rest of us wait for the plot to finally start. He's right for that.
So, I'm noticing a trend with ChatGPT is that anytime you mention the word beard anywhere, it includes beard oil, scents
Yep.
of beard oil,
Yep.
beard grooming, beard
Yep.
care, products for beards.
Yep.
Like, okay, what's up with Big Beard?
It all Big Beard is really trying to take over.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is. I've noticed that whenever I'm like, help me write this for Beards and Sundries, always has beard product jokes.
Yeah, it really does.
And I'm like, okay, stop.
Yeah, I was like, I
Thanks.
put make it vulgar in my prompt, and it was like, The luscious lavender sense of beer. I was like, what the fuck is this? This isn't Bath and Body Works. Come on, make it gay.
Yeah,
Make
you
it
smell
gay,
like poopy.
make it gay, make it gay.
Well, thank you, Jody. And
Yeah.
no thank you, Jay, for that way late sundry.
I never got it. I checked.
And yes, thank you, Jody. And to that I say, like a gay with a rattlesnake tail, these are the iced coffees of our judgments.
I was sitting down with my old fashioned at the bar, and of course, like we're at the club, the bar, whatever it is, and I'm like rattling
Duck
it next
Club.
to Jody. I'm like, "Are you triggered? Are you triggered?" Knowing full well you can't hear shit, and it's only got one giant ice cube in it.
Thump, 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 thump,
Not even that. It was like right up to the walls. Of
Oh,
the
that's
glass.
true,
They had,
like-
really well designed these like ice cubes to fit perfectly in there.
It really
That
stretches
is-
those walls and fits right in there.
It really makes it
an
feel like you're
old-fashioned
getting a
sound
lot of
really
whiskey.
good. No, it didn't. Not by the time I finished it. I tried to savor that because I was like, this is not as much as you think it is.
My
No.
hair drink was interesting. It did have an egg yolk in it.
I know. I watched them put it in there, and for just like half a second, I re-looked at the sheet from my ordering because I was like, I swear I ordered off menu. I just ordered a Maker's Old Fashioned, and I wanted to look at what their bar Old Fashioned was because every bar has like their own version of an Old Fashioned. I was like, if she so much as touches that whiskey with a mixer, I'm gonna lose my mind. If that egg yolk so much as looks at my whiskey, I don't
She made
mind
it
an
right
egg
next
yolk,
to yours.
folks, but it just does not belong in an old fashioned.
No, God no.
She's like, all right, one old fashioned coming right up. And then she turns around and brings out an Orange Julius machine. And she has to like close the lid over it. And it's
I've
like,
had worse. But you know what? The way that bartender was, like, she probably could have got me to drink anything.
or we go up and it's 20-year-old Jay pops up from behind the bar. He's like, what are you going to have? Hey, everybody. And we're like, all right, one BGB. And he slams a button on the bar and like a siren goes off and lights go off and it's like,
Here we go again.
one BGB, one
We should've
BGB.
We should have ordered the BGB, and when she's like, "What's a BGB?" and just look at each other and go, "They don't have the BGB."
Wow.
Wow.
And then
Or she's like, all right, bring back the wagon. And you just hear a,
It's even bigger than your gay bucket, Jay.
no, it's too gay.
And then I just
Jesus.
explode.
There it is. After show clip. Perfect.
All right.
Well,
are you ready for
thank
the
you,
next
Jody,
one?
and thank you for hanging out with us this weekend because that was a lot of fun. We did really
Yes,
well.
it
Yeah,
was.
it was good to
Yeah.
see you because I hadn't even seen him for several weeks.
Yes. Thank you, Jody. Hi, Preston.
Hi, Preston.
Hey, Preston. All right. Moving on to
Derek with the good beard.
Derek said, "Hey, Baconators. Sorry, I've been a bit out of pocket lately. After my extended weekend in Palm Springs, I came down with the
Oh,
influenza
God.
A.
Oh no.
For the record, I was vaccinated, so my symptoms lasted 3 days as opposed to 3 weeks. It still took me a while to get back to normal, though. Hey, that's a tough one. You did well.
Yeah, that's true. Flu A, bitch.
Can we call it? Can we say that he had bird flu because he travels and flies around so much?
That one's a little bit of a cerebral joke for you thinkers out there.
Oh, he's laying something, but it's not eggs.
A few quick thoughts after binge listening to the last 3 episodes. 1. The Delta Hates Us episode really hit home since I fly somewhat regularly for both work and fun. As a matter of fact, the flight from Atlanta, Georgia to Columbia, South Carolina that filled up the smoke is a flight that I actually take about 3 or 4 times a year. I am much more appreciative of flight attendant, flight crews, and air traffic controllers these days.
Yes.
2. As a Gen X, my trends included things like the Rubik's Cube, acid wash jeans, Galaga at the Pizza Hut.
It's
Is that how it's
pronounced
pronounced?
Galaga.
Galaga?
It's
I
pronounced
don't even
Pizza
know what
Hut.
that is.
Gal, a gay.
Galaga.
Yeah.
Galaga? You don't know what Galaga is?
When pan pizza was gourmet.
You don't know what Galaga is.
Not that I recall.
He's reminiscing about classic pizza restaurants, Jay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
This is why I'm quitting. It's the ridicule.
It's the lack of beard care products.
On Sunday, we were at brunch, and I was trying to describe... I got really excited about this painting. I was really into it. And I was trying to describe it to Jay, and I got about, I got a few seconds.
Like 7 or 8 minutes in.
I can be a little verbose. And he was like, can you just take a picture of it? And I was like...
With all the interest of a mother giving her child an iPad at the table.
I felt so bad because Anthony was trying to describe it, and I started just losing track. I'm like, wait, how many images is in this image?
And then I finally did get a picture of it because there was a couple who was sitting underneath it, so I couldn't take a picture, but then they eventually left, and I got the picture and I sent it. He was like, well, this isn't anything like what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, because you cut me off before I got anywhere.
Anthony was like, here's this beautiful photo over here, Jay. You might appreciate it. It has a... And Jay's like handing him an iPad with a cover on. He's like, here, just watch Blippi, you little shit.
Yeah, he's like popping a Vicodin and drinking white wine.
Yeah.
I was close. I had a mimosa.
Anyways, continue with Derek's user feedback.
His additional trends included MTV when they actually played videos. And for the record, my first video game console was Pong.
Ooh.
And his third thought, as far as sick days are concerned, you young kids had it so much better than us older folk. If I was sick, then I was not well enough to actually watch TV or play video games. I had to sip my ginger ale, eat my saltines, and stay in bed. Luckily, whenever I need to take a mental health day as an adult, those rules no longer apply. Which, Derek, to be fair, when I was in high school and my mom married my stepdad, he was the same way. He's like, if you're sick home from school, you can't be watching TV and all because you're too sick. Yeah, whatever.
You want me to go outside and do farming instead?
Surprised they didn't. And finally, I would like to submit a candidate for Villain of the Week. I think anyone who has now found out because they fucked around is a villain.
Oh,
yeah.
Examples include, but are not limited to, federal workers for Trump that are let go, farmers for Trump that may be losing their farms because their undocumented workers stopped showing up, white women for Trump who didn't realize they were also a part of DEI, and the list goes on.
Yep.
Thanks for all you do, and remember, just because I don't engage doesn't mean that I'm not listening. Love you, boys. Even Jay, who doesn't drink wine of color. Great job on the win, though.
Oh.
Wow.
He got you. He got your ass.
Derek did a racist thing for you. Beardo submitted racisms for Jay.
And
Is that a
Derek's
new
black,
segment?
so you know it's real.
So you know it's real.
Yeah, he might have had some bird flu, but Derek's eggs are very valuable these days, especially in the market.
Yep. Now you got to go make an appointment with Jesse Jackson and kiss his bare butt.
Kiss his bare butt.
Kiss it.
Kiss it.
Kiss it.
Well, thank you, Derek.
Thank you, Derek. As always, we love hearing from you, and we don't think that you're not listening. We count you among the 10 listeners.
For some reason, the GIF that was sent in this last one isn't working, so I'll have to figure out how to get you guys to see it.
Okay.
Because it came in an email and it's not working. But anyways, we heard from...
It's Alex.
Alex said, I'll start with a very old rant I forgot to hit send on. Beardos! Valentine's Day is a damn trap.
Yep.
I'm with Jay on this one. Yeah. I'm not giving another cent unless Cupid, his damn self, comes down here and shoots me with an actual arrow.
Oh.
And even then, the money would be spent on a good attorney because I'll be damned if you're going to get away with shooting a minority in this climate. Anywho, I had plans this year for Valentine's Day, so this is quite hypocritical. Ha 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 ha. Hashtag cancel Valentine's Day 2025. Now, man, I'm so sad I can't show you the GIF. Anthony, I saw this GIF 3 days ago, and I can't get you out of my head now. LMFAO. This must be what it's like to work at the B&S market on the overnight shift. Maybe I'll just see if I can...
Is that a Scottish guy in a
It's
kilt?
a Scottish guy in a kilt, a very short kilt, and every time he's like, I can't get it to stop the reflection. There we go.
What's it say? What's the top line say?
I'll read it in a second. But he's kind of doing like this little hip thrust, and his little undies are showing. It's kind of cute.
We'll have
And
it up here somewhere.
It says, "Welcome to third shift. I'm your manager."
Third shift.
Nuh-uh. You're on third shift with Team 69.
Nice. Third shift is from 7:33 p.m. to 7:41 p.m.
The next day, so you actually have 24 hours.
No.
I'm kidding.
No, the same hour. That's third shift.
It's been a long week. Writing this on a Tuesday. Lol. I'm heading out on vacation on Thursday. Ooh, and my brain seems to have taken a head start. God, I relate to that so much.
Yeah.
I plan on
appreciate
listening
that.
to season 2 on this drive.
Ooh.
I wonder what fun I'll find back there. Boy, yikes.
I don't even know what kind of fun you'll find back there.
You know what you're gonna find back there?
I don't remember season 2.
Bring it to ring it. That's back
That'll
there.
pop up.
Yeah.
Wishing you all well. Yes, even you Beardos listening right now. P.S. Don't forget to do your taxes. This is a reminder for myself, really, but it may help someone else out.
And also, don't forget to buy beard oil and beard care, lavender scented.
At the Beards and Sundries Beard Oil and Beard Care website at beardsandsundries-beardoilandbeardcare.com.
.ru.
We don't have that. That's not real. Thanks, Alex.
So, I'm going to go ahead...
Thank you, Alex.
I'm going to go ahead and just add this in here. He left us a voicemail that we'll use later, but I'm going to put his text in here for this week's user content.
Peter. The horse is here.
The horse is here. And Norm, Peter.
So I'm going to kind of like summarize this a little bit. He complimented our last week's episode. He loved the Sprite Challenge episode. And then I was like, oh, thank you so much for this. And he goes, it was so funny. And the faces y'all were making were absolutely hilarious. I was almost tempted to take some screenshots of my favorite ones and send them in. And I said, please, absolutely do.
Please do.
I don't realize what faces I'm making during moments like that. And so, like, when I watched the video again, I was like, whoa.
At our market, the sundries that are submitted by the Beardos are the best sundries of all.
That is real true.
Oh, yeah. Better than my one sundry.
And also, don't forget to buy your beard oil and beard care.
And you can get half off if you use code Jay's Nut.
Jay's Nut.
Well, thank you,
Peter.
That's all I have for this week.
Well, thanks,
that
Jay.
was pretty good, actually.
Which
That
is
was
a
great.
big jump from what we've had the past few
Yeah.
weeks. And that
Yeah.
made me so happy. So keep writing in. We love you all.
Who do you guys think our villain of the week is this week?
Oh, I know who our villain of the week is.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
It's micromanagers.
Ooh.
Boo!
Every week. That's the villain of the week.
Just stop. It's not helping you, I swear.
Yes, this week's villain of the week is micromanagers because they fucking suck.
Okay, I will say some people work very well being micromanaged. Somebody telling them exactly what to do, keeping it on, but a majority of people don't. Just FYI.
No. See, that's the thing, is that some people work well being micromanaged. Micromanagers is a distinction from that, because a micromanager is not using everybody's distinct work style to help coach and develop them. They are just micromanaging everyone.
All right, solid point. You win.
Yeah.
You win. You win with your
That's
gay
it.
stuff, okay?
You win. Paint me like a French girl.
Move on to game time. Just stop.
Yeah. So boo micromanagers.
Well, girls, do you think it's time to move on to giggity game time?
I do.
I do. And this is a game I'm calling Smash or Pass. If aggressive emails.
You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game. Here's what happens if you lose. You better hurry up. Live or die. Make your choice.
So this is really just Smash or Pass with fictional television / maybe movie bosses. I think they're all from TV though. Oh no, there's some movie ones in here.
That works. I love this.
Yeah, it's super simple. You can smash them because they're hot. You can smash them because you want them as a boss, and you can pass for the same 2 reasons.
I'm going to go ahead and pull up Google so I can
Smart
look
idea.
up images.
I'm hoping that I kept this pretty generic enough for us to not have to look things up, but
okay.
Yeah. So number 1, Smash or Pass, you guys. Don Draper from Mad Men.
Oh, fucking smash.
Smash.
Yeah.
Smash.
God.
Like the intro where that silhouette's jumping out of the building and falling to the ground. That's how hard I want him to smash into me.
A man with that many emotional issues, it's so hot.
Oh yeah, the angry sex.
They are trying to work out some problems, and that's fun.
You just know you're going to kiss him and he's going to taste like whiskey and cigarettes.
Oh,
what's the problem?
I'm not saying it's a problem.
Yeah.
I said smash too, bitch.
It's a problem, but it's a problem I want to do.
Right.
And he'll
That's
take me
not
to lunch at like the best restaurants downtown Manhattan.
But also keep me undercover so I don't have to really meet everyone.
Exactly.
And you know he's got the best cigarettes because he does advertising for them.
And he drives a Cadillac.
In the show, we didn't find out about like his second wife until like season 5 or 6, I think. It was a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't even care. I'm just smashing him.
Just smash. Smash.
Oh, man. Sit on my face. Go on.
Okay, number 2. Number 2, Eugene H. Krabs of SpongeBob.
Smash. I want the money.
Pass, because you're never gonna get the money. He has the money.
Fuck him, kill him, then take the money and go to Sizzler.
Now, there's one exception. If you're built like Mrs. Puff, he will shower you with gifts and riches and fortune and love.
And thankfully, I'm not fully ripped from the gym yet, so I'm safe.
Okay, that's a compelling argument.
I've still got my spare tire around the waist. I'll be like, look, I'm puffy.
And he'll be like,
Then, of course, there's the song, the Mr. Krabs is.
Fun fact about the sound engineering on Mr. Krabs, his walk is literally just like a metronome going at 999 beats per minute.
Oh, that's funny.
That's all it is.
That's
I like
insane.
that.
Well, I would also pass, though. Not my thing.
Yeah, I'm probably going to pass.
Yeah. So, sorry, Jay. You're in this one. Yeah, I'm not sorry. Fuck you.
Fine, I get him
Number
alone.
3.
I get all his money.
Bill Lumbergh from Office Space. As played by Gary Cole, in case you don't know.
Pass. Actually, kill.
Is there a third option?
Is this smash or pass or kill?
I guess it can be if you want.
It's gonna be so different from fuck, marry, kill, you guys. It's gonna be smash, pass, or kill.
I'm gonna have to pass.
Yeah, because so in this situation, is pass the equivalent of marry? Like, I wouldn't fuck him, but I guess I would spend the rest of my life with him.
I couldn't do that either. His personality would kill me.
He's basically what you said as a micromanager, Anthony. He's just kind of he doesn't do anything the whole
I'm gonna
time.
need that TPS report.
God, yeah, I would also pass Gary Cole in some roles, but not in this one.
As the dad in the Brady Bunch movie, sure.
Yes, that's a different movie though.
And sometimes being a tattletale is like being a tattletale, and you're telling your tale on tattling for yourself.
That's it. I'd be like, you're so stupid. I'm gonna do you. You're dumb. Bend over.
Okay,
that's what you would say to Mike Brady.
Yeah, that is exactly what he would say to Mike Brady. And you know it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that does make sense.
I was like, don't question me.
He is full of himself this week. Finds a new job, and now he's got all this confidence.
Yeah, you want someone else to be full of him too.
Take her down a peg. Take the other ball.
Speaking of pegging, what's the next one, Anthony?
Super comfortable. Number 4, Bruce Wayne of Batman fame.
Smash because he is athletic and good-looking and rich. And this was in an episode previously that, remember, like, he would be gone a lot and I'd be alone in the Batcave and at the mansion and stuff. So I'll smash.
Well, and I'm going to smash, like, some of them.
I don't think that's not an answer. You have to
all the
smash
Batmans.
or pass.
Yeah, I was going through all
yeah,
this
all
is
the
not a
different
selective
ones.
moment. You're fucking every single one of them. You're going Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale.
Fine, because he sounds like he may give me a little bit of money out of pity for how boring he was. So fine, I'll fuck him.
You could also
So, I
probably
mean,
make some money by like contacting TMZ and saying that his voice is that hoarse because he's like gagging on your stuff stupid style every night.
Oh God, could you imagine listening to that?
Well, now I can. Because I just had to.
You're
It's not the bad signal or you just in the mood.
All these bats fly in the room.
Sorry, I just thought some of my friends would want to watch.
Sorry, that's the equivalent of me finishing.
Oh, to be a bat on that wall.
Oh, to be a bat on that ceiling. Just hanging out.
Oh, fine, smash.
Thank you.
This sounds fun.
Number 5, Miranda Bailey of Grey's Anatomy.
Pass on, like, doing her, but smash on being her friend.
Well, you got to pick one.
Okay,
then
so
pass
doing her.
Yeah.
She's a workaholic, you know. It just seems like too much.
She seems like she would walk in and tell me what to do, and I don't want to be micromanaged in sex.
Are you sure?
She is a micromanager because she's like 4 feet tall.
She could probably help you with like your dirty talk.
Sorry, Joe. I just got your joke better. Actually, you're right. I could use some words of wisdom from her, but maybe I could just do that over a cup of coffee instead of middle of sex.
That is the 2 only options, so you're right.
How else are you supposed to gain technical mastery, Jay, other than practice?
Coffee.
I could practice
Apparently.
talking sexual without being in the midst of sex.
Yeah, you like that penis?
It is
Take
fun
that
when you practice sexual
penis.
talking.
Oh, do you like that iced coffee? Oh.
Now I'm just at the Starbucks drive-thru.
Now I'm thirsty. Okay, number 6, Michael Scott from The Office.
Smash. He's dumb, but he's got a good heart, and Steve Carell's a good-looking guy.
I gotta pass. Anybody who thinks Sparrow is authentic New York style pizza, I can't do it.
I can change him.
No.
No,
but
I probably
I'm just,
can't.
I'm just smashing him. I'm not sticking around with him. So yeah, smash.
I declare bankruptcy.
You can't just say it. You know what's funny
There's
about
just
Michael
too
Scott
much.
though is he's dumb all the time, but then he has these super brilliant moments, and it's those moments that make me go,
I'm gonna do you so good.
It's not for me. You gotta pass. So you guys have fun DPing him.
Joe, you want to go first?
No, DPs at the same time, bitch. Number 7, the Trunchbull from
Smash.
Matilda. Okay, you're
I want her to throw me like the hammer throw.
She will too.
Maybe she'll give me some chocolate because I'm not a child.
Not for me. Sorry.
You should be.
Normally, I like a woman who looks like she could break me, but it's not in this scenario.
No, I'm gonna smash her.
No, not for me.
You know, you could always tell her you want to make a new version of the Chokey.
Ew.
That was kind of it. I also thought it'd be a good time to do a little play on the chokey.
Yeah. And I mean, you don't even need a car because she can just push you all the way to work.
Yeah.
She could throw you to work, actually.
Yeah, she could throw
Yeah,
me to work.
by my
little
pigtails.
pigtails.
Oh, I'm just picturing Jay in a pigtail wig. Go! Oh my god! You should wear one when you go in for your exit interview. Yeah, you want to pull on these one last time?
You want to throw me out of here?
Oh.
Oh, Miss Trunchbull. Thanks
The
for
sexy
14
talk
years
really
here.
is improving, Jay.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm still gonna pass though. Yeah.
You're gonna pass? Yeah, smart.
Yeah, I'm
Get
gonna
her all to
pass.
myself.
Okay, we got 6 more of these, so let's get through them. Number 8, Leslie Knope of Parks and Rec.
Smash.
Smash.
Love
Smash.
her.
Yeah, I'll smash.
And I'll get waffles.
Yes.
She seems like a kind of person who's going to want to eat with you afterwards, and I'm down with that.
She's not going to just treat me as a piece of meat.
And then after, I'm in the mood for paunch burger because my paunch burger's been had, so I'm ready to have some other paunch burger.
And I'm really thirsty, so I need that child-sized drink.
The literal size of a child.
Yes.
If it were ground up and put into a cup. Well, then, number 9, Ron Swanson of Parks and Rec.
Smash, 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 smash.
Smash. Then we can get legs and eggs.
Until both my legs and eggs no longer work.
So, and I'd probably do Ron Swanson first because I really want a savory breakfast, and then I would do Leslie Knope after that so I could have a sweet breakfast.
Oh, yeah, it's savory first and then sweet.
Yeah, I
so
gotta be
it's-
savory first.
The overnight is Ron Swanson, and then Leslie Knope is just like that, like early afternoon lay.
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, I'm in
Yeah,
both
I'm
of
into
them.
it.
Yeah, totally into it. Smash.
Yeah. Number 10, Selena Meyer from Veep.
Smash.
Smash.
The ultimate
Smash.
bad
I just
bitch.
want her
like,
to.
just,
I just want her to say shit to me.
yeah,
You know
I just want
she's gonna clamp something on you somewhere.
I don't care.
Because
She'll make it funny.
Being belittled is not my kink, but by her, I think it might be my kink. Just her.
Some people have that effect, you know. It's the person, man.
Like, I want you to talk down to me because it's gonna be great.
Absolutely.
Yep. So we're all 3 in agreement on smashing
her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Meyer.
I'll line up. Whatever.
Smashing.
Number 11, Tony Stark from Iron Man.
Smash.
Smash.
Smash. I feel like we get freaky with that suit too.
Yeah.
It's a combination of that and the same reasons as Batman. Like he'll be gone a lot, and he has a killer pad, and he's got like fancy cars and stuff. So
Yeah, and I like
definitely.
cars, so yeah, smash.
Yeah, I think the problem, like the advantage that Batman has over Tony Stark is that Batman's identity is a secret. So like, you know, bad guys
That's
aren't
true.
trying to come to your house all the time.
Yeah,
but
that is true.
Again, this
I'm
is
trying to
Smash.
come to his house all the time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
I'm trying to
not
come
going
in his house all the time.
All right, number 12, Professor Callahan from Legally Blonde.
Ew, no, pass. He's a
Pass.
fucking pig.
He's really arrogant.
Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, and he works at a law firm. Ugh.
Yeah, the worst kind of
Oh,
people.
The worst.
Ugh, those shoes
All the
and that coat.
worst people work at law firms. Wink, wink, Jason. Okay, last but not least, number 13, Miranda Priestley from The Devil Wears Prada.
I'm gonna let her
Smash.
smash me.
Yeah. Yeah. I want her to throw me in the sink like that steak dinner.
I want her to toss me across the desk like all her coats and bags.
I just need early release copies of Stephen King novels from her.
I want her to blow me around like that that hurricane in Florida. Well, what? It's just drizzling.
I want her to judge me like the moment Andy was like, the belts all look the same.
I want her to run a train on me like the twins are on their way to grandma's.
Oh my god. Jesus.
I want her to bang me so hard I go, suddenly I see.
I just want her sunglasses. I'm gonna steal those.
I want to smash her so hard that Andy's stupid friends all die.
I want
to smash her so hard Andy's boyfriend just blows up.
Fuck that guy.
good. Oh.
And his burnt grilled cheese just falls right in front of me, and I'm like...
And that concludes another exciting game of Smash or Pass with aggressive emails.
Oh, God.
But I do think that I hear the music coming back on.
Oh, thank God.
It's just the outro music. It's just we're just leaving. It's the outro music.
Yeah, it's the end of an era.
Yeah. But go call our hotline real quick at 405-999-2242 and leave a voicemail, or send us a voice memo via text or email.
And Beardos, the urine samples in the fridge have spilled into Jay's open Boda box, so
No!
If you'd like to go help us out, subscribe to the podcast so you can get reminders every Sunday when we release a new episode. We also post frequent updates on all of our social media sites for any additional sundries that we may add to the market. Also, beard care, beard oil, and lavender-scented goodness.
And don't forget to rate us 5 stars and leave a review. Those reviews will get us found by more listeners like you and possibly Yelpers, depending on where you leave the review.
Ugh.
Also, if each one of you could tell a friend about the podcast, that would double our growth, and we would appreciate that.
Go check out our socials. Message us on there. I sometimes try to respond. Instagram, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, Blue Sky, and YouTube. Look at me go. You can also check us out on our website, buy some merch at beardsandsundries.com. Send in your emails or your voice memos at beardsandsundries@gmail.com.
So, from the three of us, relocation bonuses here at the Beards and Sundries Market. Make sure to
love yourself and do what's good for you.
Because we already love you, even if you are the most for that people competitor. Bye,
Sign your NDAs.
Or we'll kill you.
And then I just explode.